John Kavakis here with some really good news today. Hey, Lansdowne Models is back. Brooklyn has produced a limited run of only 50 pieces of the Lansdowne Morris Minor, but this one is a 1961 1/1000th Morris Minor. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Morris, a little bit of background on where the model came from, where even the color came from. Then we're going to get it out of the box and take a look at it. Morris Minors went into production in 1948, stayed there until 1971. Design work began in 1941 with a team led by a young Alex Isiganis. I know people pronounce his name differently. You can make a video, pronounce it any way you like. Anyway, Isiganis had some radical ideas for his time. His overriding philosophy was to make a practical, affordable, and economical small car that was just as good in quality as a larger, more expensive car. That was revolutionary for the time. Small cars were supposed to be cheap and proletarian, cramped, underpowered, and poor handling. What Isiganis wanted to make was a small car with maximum interior space and excellent handling. The final production design pushed the wheels to the far edges of the platform and used small wheels and independent suspension, rack and pinion steering, and a forward-mounted engine, and added a spacious interior, and all of Isiganis' goals were met. The car was introduced in 1948 as a Series MM. By 1952, they had sold 250,000. They introduced the Minor Series 2, a thoroughly re-engineered car, looked pretty much the same, in 1952. By 1956, when the Series 3 Minor 1000 was debuted, they had sold 250,000 more. In 1960, production had passed the 1 million mark. They made a special edition of 350 cars in a unique lilac color with a white leather interior and distinctive badging. Legend has it that the color was agreed upon after a well-lubricated luncheon of the British Motors Corporation executives. Pastel colors were trendy at the time. The original design called for gold or silver, but the paint was not going to hold up to sun fading. So after looking at samples, lilac was chosen. Lansdowne has produced a model of that 1 millionth car in a limited run of only 50 units for their 30th anniversary. Let's take a look at it. It's a pretty nice little package. Inside the box is a little envelope that has a card in it. The front of the card makes it very clear that the model was made in the new facility for Brooklyn, just outside of Bath. The other side of the card is signed by Darren Mold, designer of the Master, Simon Elford, and Neil Parker. These are the people who work on the car. And it shows this is number 1 of 50. Each of these 50 are individually numbered. The model itself is a beautiful little model. The finish is very deep, very even. You gotta be careful with the studio lighting here. Every now and then they'll pick up some texture off of the base or the turntable. But this paint, Brooklyn's just doing a great job on their paint, and they've nailed this color very precisely. The model comes with 2 mirrors and a placard. The mirrors fit right there on the fenders. Mine are a little bit loose, and I had a hard time keeping them straight because of the turntable, but they look good when they're installed. You'll probably want to glue yours. And it also has the 1 millionth placard that came with the original car. Aside from the card, the bases are individually numbered as well. It makes a very nice presentation. This is some quality packaging. I remember the days when we had small boxes with dense foam and everything was shoved into them very tightly. This is a very nice presentation, great packaging, very secure for shipping. Fidelity on the car is excellent. You can see the shape is very good. It's an older casting, but it has been upgraded. Details are quite a bit sharper. Shut lines are picked out. There's some chrome's been added to windshield wipers, the hinges on the hood and on the trunk, and the tail lights, that sort of thing. That really is a big improvement over what we've seen from Brooklyn on this particular model in the past. The interior is nicely detailed. The interiors on the 1/1 cars were pretty simple, just one large gauge in the middle of the dash. They've replicated that pretty well. Door panels are detailed with some jewelry on them, and the seats are very well done. It's an accurate representation of what the 1/1 car looked like. Those seats have texture on them, and they do look like leather. It's a very nice model, a very nice surprise to see Lansdowne back in circulation again. Models flowing out of Brooklyn, coming out of a dedicated facility. There's just a lot going on, and there's a lot more models on the tables getting ready to be released. So you're going to have to keep your eyes open. Production numbers are down, so you're going to want to move on these things quickly, in particular on this one if you want to get one before they sell out. Well, there it is. Like I said, there's only 50 of these made. You can get them at brooklynmodels.com, right off their website. You can order it. I think there's only 2 or 3 of them left. So if you didn't pre-order, if you haven't put an order in, you ought to go over there right away if you want it. There's not going to be any more of these. There might be some other versions coming down the pike. Maybe we'll see a convertible. Maybe we'll see another color or something. But if you want this 1,000,000th version with a little placard and everything else that goes with it, you're going to have to move quickly on it. It's a great model. I hope you get one, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy mine. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. Do me a favor. If you liked the video, give me a like down there in the little thumbs up thing, and I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I've got more videos coming. I look forward to seeing you again real soon.